about you guys?
Has a different voice and a different understanding.
Hello and welcome to Offsite Dirt. This week we're covering the dirt. I'm here with Audrey Grabesic. My name is Mark Willie. And Audrey, who do we have with us today?
Oh, we have one of our favorites with Big Dog Construction. As you can see to the side of me, we have Aron Jones. Aron Jones is a builder, and he is the co-creator of the International Flashing Awareness Day, a holiday designed to educate people about the importance of flashing details, just amongst many other opportunities that he does. And he is a great person. We're so happy to have him here. Hi, Aron.
Hi, everybody. How are you today, Audrey? Mark, how
I am
are you?
doing great. Great.
Aron, it's nice to be on camera together. Audrey, I have a question I'd like to start with. So, Aron, you're in the hot seat. I'd like to say that the first one is, Aron, apprenticeship is an obligation. You say this all the time, and you teach all of us about it. But for the audience out there, can you tell everyone a little bit about what apprenticeship is an obligation means?
I'll try and keep it as simple as I can, but it's a two-way street. That's the most important part. So as a mentor, as a seasoned carpenter, it's my responsibility to the craft and to anybody that comes to work for me to pass on as much knowledge as I can, to give them, the theory where I can, the hands-on where I can, whatever trade skill I can. And for them, it's their responsibility, it's their obligation. Show up every day, mind open, sometimes mouth shut, sometimes not, because questions are important. But sometimes you do have to wait for the next step so it all becomes clear. And they just are there to be a sponge. Take what you can. That being said, going back to questions, sometimes that's how some of us learn. We all learn in different ways. And that's part of the apprenticeship as an obligation as well, too. As a teacher, as a mentor, if I notice you're not learning, I have to ask the hard question. Is it me? Am I not conveying the information in a way that you can understand? And maybe I've got to change it up. At the same time, if you're not learning from me, you have to bring it to my attention that I'm not explaining things to you correctly. And I think that's like the short version. Like we could keep going on this topic for another hour, easy.
Aron, were you in an apprentice program being a craftsman?
In a roundabout way. So my first professional training as a carpenter happened while I was in the military. So that is very structured, very organized, sort of step by step, get to here before you progress to there. So not in the traditional sense of the Red Seal program that we have here in Canada, but yes.
And what does that mean? What is the Red Seal program?
Oh, okay. So the Red Seal endorsement, it's a national program. I believe we're around 250, we'll say, recognized trades. I'm going to stick to carpentry because we're talking chef, mechanic, electrician, but for the carpentry program, it's a national program, but it's conveyed provincially. So there are some slight differences, but the final exam is set by the national level, the Canada at the national level. It's roughly a 4-year apprenticeship. So you would be employed by a company like Big Dog Construction. We would indenture you in the program. At some point after, somewhere close to 1,800 hours, you would have the opportunity to go to school for a block release, which would be 10 weeks of theory and practical. You would do that. You write the exam at the end. 70% is the pass. Come back to work for us. We'd repeat the same process again through block 2, 3, and 4. And in the fourth year, after you pass your fourth block, usually there's a small study period before you write your final exam for your red seal. And then, you have your red seal endorsement and your apprenticeship is complete. Many places you would be considered a journeyman.
Mark, you're muted.
We have flashing
We were so
details
excited about
as-
that.
Yes, we have flashing details as the next topic here. And so International Flashing Awareness Day has happened 2 times now. I'm excited for it to come up again. It's my favorite holiday. So can you tell us about building better and why Flash Me is so necessary for the marketplace, for the supply community, for the homeowners, building owners, and for the specialists in our business?
Unfortunately, a portion of my career was built on doing the jobs that nobody wanted. One experience I had was a 7-year-old apartment building, and literally I went from balcony to balcony to balcony, and 3.5 stories, 16 feet wide, straight up, removed the exterior wall for 3.5 stories, rebuilt it, put the balconies back on, moved over 16 feet, rinse and repeat. And literally, we're talking less than 30 feet of flashing. And I don't know, maybe 45 minutes of time. And a good detail, would have saved literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. And there's been many other incidents where, 5 cents in 5 minutes could have saved somebody thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And that's just the financial impact. We're not talking about the possible health issues, the sheer inconvenience of having me remove portions or your entire exterior wall. So truly bringing the outdoors in, sometimes at the most inopportune time of the year. And it's just, a lot of it boils down to somewhere along the way, we missed out on educating people. And I don't know exactly where we went wrong as an industry. Have some ideas, but that's maybe another topic. So the idea of International Flashing Awareness Day is just to bring attention to proper flashing details. If we don't flash properly, here's some things that could go wrong. And education, education, education.
It's interesting. Why wouldn't we make that like a standard and have that as a inspection process? I mean, we inspect everything from the roof down to the wall system to the plumbing to everything that goes on in order to get a CO. Why isn't this? It's a simple application, right?
It boils down to the standard answer. It depends. It depends on your location. It depends where you live. Depends on how your local industry operates. Where I live currently, we have a pre-backfill inspection, a pre-drywall inspection, and a final. That's it. There's no actual envelope inspection. Basically, your foundation is good. Yes, your framing and your insulation is good. And then, you have handrails and stairs, and you're good. Absolutely, I believe an envelope inspection could do leaps and bounds for our industry as a whole and add to the durability of our buildings. building disposable buildings, we've got to stop. It doesn't make sense. You know, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words for a second. I can't help it. When we start talking about this, I get a little excited and I want to
love
say
it.
things that maybe we shouldn't record.
So let me ask you this. This is an easy question. When is International Flashing Day? When is
International Flashing Awareness Day is August 26th. It's a real holiday now. This will be the third annual. And you participated in it last year, Audrey.
I did. And it was so funny because I did a video. I was all excited about it. And I posted it. And Mark goes, "It's not this month, Audrey. It's next month." And I was all excited. I had your shirt on. I had the stickers. I was all excited. So I replayed it the day that it was.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. The cat was out of the bag early, but everybody kind of knew what was going to happen anyway. So it was wonderful, Audrey.
As Aron would say, to be fair, it's better to bring awareness early than late, right? So catching it early and exposing it earlier is just like talking about it early. So that's super great. Aron, Audrey's got another question for you, and then we have a wrap up. Are you ready for question 3?
Let's bring it home. Let's bring it home.
Okay,
Aaron.
let's do it.
All right. So the last and final question is: the building community has been growing. How far have you seen it come? Because you've been in building since 1999.
Full time since 1999. So the walls are coming down if you want them to. There's an incredible community out there if you want to be part of it. Mark is a huge part of building that community, and I would say you are too, Audrey. If you want to be part of it, it's there. You just have to reach out to somebody. If you want to, sit in your little comfort zone inside your tool trailer and just build the way you've always built, I can't stop you. But I would offer, reach out to somebody, show up to an event, whether it's in person or virtual. You might just surprise yourself. You might have fun. You might learn something. And you might learn how to do something better. And even better, you might be able to teach someone else how to do something better.
Aron, you have a way with words. On the daily, I follow your Instagram, Big Dog Construction GM, right? So Aron is about as far east as you could get on Graham and Ann, and definitely a gentleman worth following, worth learning from. How you carry yourself, how you and Gina and Kelsey and the team carry the brand, how you share the brand. That is a method of pride. It allows other people to replicate that, both in their image and their understanding and their dedication to the craft and the responsibility of the buildings we undertake. I applaud all the work you do. I will always acknowledge it because you're a good friend. We call you the sensei for a reason. And, on the other side of the coin, it could be a Saturday afternoon and you could be cracking jokes, right? Outpouring the shenanigans, right? Because we have the ups and downs of life. We have the ups and downs of work, supply, demand, ebb, flow, right? So International Flashing Awareness Day, apprenticeship is an obligation, Big Dog Construction, a leader among leaders. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with both of you. And we haven't met in person yet, Audrey, but I have a funny feeling that could happen this year.
I think so too. I'm looking forward to it. And thank you so much for your experience. And like Mark said, I think having an apprentice program is key to how we can keep building our community and building better. So thank you for doing that.
Well, thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. And I love a lot of the stuff that you're doing with Offsite Dirt. You know, we have to open ourselves to new ways of doing things that are perhaps more efficient, perhaps easier on our bodies, and you know, more durable.
There we go. And that's another Dirt series on Offsite Dirt. Thank you all for being here.